Reese Witherspoon warned Blake Lively 15 years ago. And now that old clip is raising eyebrows. Eyes watch closely. This resurfaced moment comes from the exact time rumors about Blake and Ben Affleck were blowing up. And what Reese says hits very different today.
You made a mistake, you were embarrassed, and you hid it under your bed. And, like, if you took naked pictures of yourself on your cell phone, you hide your face, people. Like, hide your face.
Yes, to really understand this moment, we need to rewind to 2010. Blake Lively was starring in The Town alongside Ben Affleck. And here's where it gets interesting. At the time, Ben was married to Jennifer Garner, while Blake was in a relationship with Penn Badgley. Both were fully committed, at least on paper. But according to growing online theories, something shifted behind the scenes. People now believe those professional boundaries didn't stay so professional once filming began. And that's where the story takes a dramatic turn.
So Penn and Blake began dating in 2007. And in August of 2009, Blake and Ben Affleck started filming The Town. And this was around the time that Ben Affleck was married to Jennifer Garner. And then we have this big naughty photo scandal where these photos hit the internet. They were published on Perez Hilton, but the naughty photos were allegedly sent to Ben Affleck.
During filming, things allegedly got even more intense. Reports claim Blake Lively was giving him extra attention, even taking private photos on her phone and sending them directly to him. I can't show those here, but let's just say, the internet has receipts now. Sure, people will say this kind of thing happens all the time in Hollywood. But this is where it starts to raise eyebrows, because fans began noticing a pattern. At the time, Blake Lively is now married to Ryan Reynolds, but when their relationship first sparked, he was still married to Scarlett Johansson. So it makes people wonder, is this just coincidence or something more? Because when you look back, some believe there's a recurring pattern, a history of getting close to leading men who are already in relationships. Not saying it's intentional, but there's definitely something about those power couple dynamics that she seems drawn to. And that's exactly why these theories keep blowing up.
It's, nerve-wracking. It's your first day on set. You're doing your characters. It's there to tell a key part of the story in their relationship. And I was nervous the night before, and I remember talking to Jeremy. And so I thought, I don't know what's going to happen. And he said, it's just all in the eyes. That was it.
That's all I ended up in the scene.
When those alleged photos connected to Ben Affleck hit the internet, people had one big question. Who leaked them? At first, everyone pointed fingers at hackers. That's the usual story, right? Someone breaks into a phone, drops the content online, and chaos follows. But behind the scenes, rumors started telling a very different story. Some industry insiders claimed it wasn't a hack at all, that Blake Lively may have been involved in the leak herself. And if you look at what happened next, it definitely turned heads. Overnight, her name was everywhere. Headlines, blogs, social media. She became the center of a massive media storm. Critics even compared the situation to Kim Kardashian, suggesting that controversy can sometimes fuel fame. But the fallout? That's where it gets serious. Her then-boyfriend Penn Badgley was reportedly hurt by the situation, forced to deal with the public scandal. Their relationship didn't survive it. And it didn't stop there. Many believe it also put pressure on Ben Affleck's marriage to Jennifer Garner. Whether these claims are true or just internet speculation, one thing is certain. The controversy changed everything, and people are still talking about it today.
There are some people, though, like Blake Lively, I heard, sort of didn't understand.
Blake, yes, is not 40. Blake is 21 or whatever she is, 22. She's a fabulous, as you can see, she's a gorgeous young woman.
The fallout hit hard, especially for Jennifer Garner, who had to deal with the situation in the public eye. And right when everything was spiraling, Reese Witherspoon stepped in, but not in the way anyone expected. At the MTV Movie Awards, Reese took the stage to accept her golden popcorn trophy. She could have just said a quick thank you and walked off, but instead, she dropped a line that instantly caught everyone's attention. If you're taking pictures of yourself on your cell phone, hide your face. The crowd laughed, but insiders knew this wasn't just a random joke. Many believed it was a subtle but sharp message aimed directly at Blake Lively. Why? Because in those leaked photos, her face was clearly visible. Reese didn't name anyone, but she didn't have to. The message landed loud and clear. It was seen as both a warning and a call-out, not just for Blake, but for an entire generation stepping into the spotlight. And what made it even more impactful? Reese delivered it with such elegance that no one could openly criticize her for it. For Blake, though, it turned into a major public moment, the kind that sticks. But here's the twist. this story didn't end back then. Recently, a TikTok resurfaced involving Jennifer Garner during work connected to Deadpool and Wolverine. And now, fans think the past might be quietly resurfacing again.
This is where I go to commune with Blake Lively. See how she's doing. How you doing, Blake? You're looking good.
Now here's where things get even more interesting. Eyes in that resurfaced clip, Jennifer Garner is playfully talking to a statue, joking as if she's checking in on Blake Lively. "How you doing, Blake? Looking good." Seems harmless at first, but fans quickly notice something deeper. Because in the caption, Garner referenced the Scarlet Witch, a character known for chaos, in relationships, and taking things that don't belong to her. And that's when the internet really started connecting dots. Was it just a joke, or a subtle message? When you stack this moment on top of everything that allegedly happened in the past, a lot of people believe it wasn't random at all. Instead, they think Jennifer was cleverly referencing old wounds, in a way that's light enough to laugh off, but pointed enough for those who know to understand. And here's the bigger picture. Back then, Reese Witherspoon and Jennifer Garner were known to be very close. And Reese isn't someone who stays silent when a friend is hurting. Jennifer has even spoken about how much Reese supported her during one of the toughest periods of her life. So when you look at everything together, the speech, the jokes, the timing, it starts to feel less like coincidence and more like a story that never fully faded. And now that these clips are resurfacing, people are looking at it all in a completely different light.
I think back to going through a very public, very hard moment in my life. This one was right there, and the way I needed to get through it was dance cardio. And I danced cardio so hard we broke her foot, but she kept going.
This is what really sets Reese Witherspoon apart. She doesn't just send a feel-better text and move on. When Jennifer Garner was going through it, Reese showed up. They worked out together, pushed through intense cardio sessions. Even joked that they went so hard they nearly broke a foot. That's the level of support she brings. Because when Reese is in your corner, she doesn't disappear. She stays, she helps, and she gets you through the worst of it, no matter what it takes. And it's not a one-time thing either. This is who she is. Take Robert Pattinson, for example. When his breakup with Kristen Stewart made headlines and he was completely heartbroken, Reese stepped in again. Having worked with him on Water for Elephants, she reached out and even offered him a place to stay at her private ranch in California, giving him space to heal away from the chaos. That's the pattern here. While others watch from the sidelines, Reese Witherspoon steps in. And that's exactly why moments like these hit so much harder when you look back at everything that was happening behind the scenes eyes.
We know Robert Pattinson is obviously feeling a little bit blue these days since he learned about Kristen Stewart's affair with Rupert Sanders. There's been reports that Rob has been in both LA and London, but according to a news story in Us Weekly, he's been leaning on his close pal Reese Witherspoon, staying at her ranch in Ojai, California.
Here's where things start to feel personal. Reese Witherspoon has always had a reputation for standing by her people. So when Jennifer Garner went through that painful public situation, many believe Reese didn't just forget it. She remembered everything. And instead of reacting right away, she waited. Fast forward to last year. During Blake Lively's press appearances, fans started noticing moments where her attitude toward interviews and media felt a bit off. And according to online theories, Reese was watching closely. But this time, she didn't need an award stage to make a statement. She had something bigger. Her own show, The Morning Show. In Season 3, there's a scene where a character jokes about putting a CEO in the basement with the rats. To most viewers, it's just another sharp, dramatic line. But to those following the drama, it felt like a message. A subtle one, but loud enough for people to start connecting dots all over again. Fire.
We've got rats in the basement. That should be more comfortable for you.
Now, Ria's 7:0, 87 minutes. 8 seconds definitely, this protector of her friends and the people she cares about. Watching Blake Lively hurt Jennifer Garner like that made furious. Blake had hurt her 7:167 minutes, 16 seconds friend deep, and Reese was never going to forget it or let it go. She remembered everything, but she was waiting for the right moment. And that moment arrived last year. During Blake's 7:257 minutes, 25 seconds Lively's press tour, Reese was paying attention. She watched every moment when Blake acted cold toward journalists or treated people like they were working under her. And Reese recognized that 7:347 minutes, 34 seconds behavior. But this time, She didn't need to go back to the award show to mock Blake. She had something even better, 7:397 minutes, 39 seconds, which was her own television show called Morning Show. During a scene in season 3, there's this character named Stella who jokes about putting the company's CEO in the basement with the rats. Intro 10. To a casual viewer, it might have sounded like just another throwaway line in a drama. But for people who've been following everything closely, it hit very differently eyes when Reese Witherspoon delivered that line. Many believe it wasn't random at all. Fans quickly connected it to the rumored situation involving Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, interpreting it as subtle shade about power, control, and who really gets credit behind the scenes. The theory: that Reese was calling out the idea of sidelining someone's work, turning a real-life narrative into something that lives on screen forever. And if that's true, it's a bold move, using a major platform to send a message without ever saying a name. It's almost ironic. While some believe Blake was trying to take center stage, Reese may have flipped the script entirely, embedding that same story into a show people will watch for years. And when you look back at moments like her speech at the MTV Movie Awards, it starts to feel less like coincidence and more like a pattern of subtle warnings. Still, it's important to remember, a lot of this lives in the world of speculation and fan interpretation. But that hasn't stopped people from dissecting every detail and asking the same question. Was Reese just acting, or was she saying something much bigger?
I don't get depressed or sad, I get angry.
Here's where things take a different turn. The rivalry isn't just personal. It's professional too. Reese Witherspoon has built something seriously powerful with Hello Sunshine, a production company known for turning books into hit films and shows. She doesn't just attach her name. She finds stories, develops them, and brings them to life. That kind of reputation, it takes years to build. Now compare that to Blake Lively, who also stepped into the production world, aiming for that same level of influence and respect. But according to critics, this is where the controversy starts. Some people online claim her projects never fully materialized, and that her ventures didn't gain the same traction. Others have pointed out similarities between celebrity brands, like Plan B Entertainment, founded by Brad Pitt, or the beauty empire of Bobbi Brown Cosmetics and newer celebrity launches. You'll also see comparisons being made to stars like Rihanna and Millie Bobby Brown, who built hugely successful brands from the ground up. But here's the reality check. A lot of these claims come from online speculation and commentary, not confirmed facts. Building a production company or brand is extremely difficult. It takes time, consistency, and the right projects to actually succeed. What is true, though, is that Hollywood is competitive. Everyone wants influence, creative control, and legacy. Some build it slowly over decades. Others try to accelerate the process. And that contrast? That's exactly why people keep comparing Reese and Blake. Two very different paths, with very different results.
I think for years in Hollywood, I watched the abuse of power.
Oh, yeah.
And power corrupting. And also people assuming power when they hadn't really done the work to have the power.
All right, now this is where the story really escalates. Up until now, it felt like a quiet rivalry, subtle shade, business moves, industry whispers. But behind the scenes, fans believe there's a much bigger battle brewing. And it involves one of the biggest names in the world, Taylor Swift. With Taylor preparing for her directorial debut, the stakes couldn't be higher. This isn't just another project, it's the golden ticket. Every major producer in Hollywood wants a piece of it. And naturally, Reese Witherspoon is seen as a top contender. With her company Hello Sunshine and years of proven success adapting powerful stories, she's built exactly the kind of reputation that fits a project of this scale. But here's where the speculation kicks in. Some online theories suggest Blake Lively also wanted in, and felt the pressure of competing at that level. With limited directing experience, including a past collaboration with Taylor, fans believe she may have been looking for a fast track to boost her credibility in the filmmaking space. That's where names like Justin Baldoni and projects like It Ends With Us start getting pulled into the conversation, with theories claiming there was more happening behind the scenes than the public initially saw. Now, to be clear, a lot of this is driven by fan speculation and internet narratives, not confirmed facts. But that hasn't stopped people from connecting dots and building a bigger picture. Because in Hollywood, timing is everything. And when a once-in-a-generation opportunity shows up, the competition behind the curtain can get intense. And if even a fraction of these theories are true, This isn't just drama anymore, it's a full-blown power play.
People started to grow such a disliking for Blake Lively right at the moment she was launching Blake Brown. And it's really very likely that the brand's lukewarm performance so far is a result of her declining reputation and likability.
Here's where the story takes a dramatic turn. It ends with Us wasn't just another project. For Justin Baldoni, it was personal. He had spent years developing it, securing the rights, producing, directing, and even starring in it. This was his vision from the ground up. But once Blake Lively joined the cast, fans believe the dynamic shifted. According to online speculation, some think she saw a bigger opportunity, not just to act, but to gain more creative control and industry clout. The theory suggests this wasn't just about one film. It was about positioning, building credibility in a space where names like Reese Witherspoon already dominate. And then there's Ryan Reynolds. Reports and fan discussions have claimed he was unusually present during filming, showing up on set and staying closely involved. Some interpret that as support, others see it as something more intense. There are even claims he wanted to stay on top of everything happening during production. Though again, this falls into the category of speculation, not confirmed fact. What is clear is this: when a project this big is involved, emotions, ambition, and control can all collide behind the scenes. And if even part of these rumors holds weight, then this wasn't just filmmaking. It was a quiet power struggle playing out where the cameras weren't supposed to see.
She wrested his movie away from him and decided to try to hurt him with petty, made-up, out-of-context complaints.
They decided that they were going to invite Justin Baldoni over for what seems to me like an ambush.
All right, this is where the story goes from drama to full-on controversy according to online claims. Things escalated behind the scenes of It Ends With Us in a big way. What started as a professional collaboration between Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively allegedly turned into a serious power struggle. There are rumors that meetings became tense, creative control became a battleground, and decisions about the film weren't as smooth as they appeared publicly. Some even claim that Ryan Reynolds was heavily involved during this period. Though again, much of this comes from unverified reports and online discussions. The most talked about part? The idea that creative authority over the film shifted in unexpected ways, from editing and marketing to overall direction. Fans believed this was less about collaboration and more about control. And then came the premiere, where speculation really exploded. Online narratives suggest there was visible distance between key people involved in the project, fueling even more questions about what really happened behind the scenes. But here's the key thing to keep in mind. A lot of these details come from rumors, interpretations, and alleged accounts, not confirmed facts. Big Hollywood projects often involve complex negotiations, strong personalities, and creative disagreements that don't always reflect the full truth once they reach the internet. What is clear, though, is the bigger picture people are debating. On one side, you have someone like Reese Witherspoon, known for steadily building a production empire through years of work with Hello Sunshine. On the other, critics argue there are faster, more aggressive ways people try to climb that same ladder in Hollywood. That contrast, patience versus pressure, building versus competing, is what's really driving this entire conversation. And now that all these clips, speeches, and rumors are resurfacing together, people aren't just watching anymore. They're reevaluating everything.